Managing bills is an important part of creating a healthy financial lifestyle, but many people feel overwhelmed by the amount of bills they receive each month. Between rent or mortgage payments, utilities, insurance premiums, credit cards, and subscriptions, it can feel overwhelming trying to keep up and manage all your bills. And if you're late on your payments, that'll create late fees and do damage to your credit score. Welcome back to the channel. I'm Joe, a licensed certified public accountant with over 15 years experience in corporate and public accounting. I have an extensive background in accounting, audit, and taxes, and I'm all about helping you take control of your money by living smarter. Be sure to subscribe to the YouTube channel and turn on all notifications. And check out the blog site where we post every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. Today, we're talking about managing bills efficiently. If you ever missed a payment, paid a late fee, or felt overwhelmed by the number of bills you have each month, then this video is for you. Hopefully, by the end of this video, you'll learn practical strategies to organize your bills, avoid late fees, and reduce financial stress and take control of your money. Let's get into it. Let's start our conversation with why bill management even matters. Managing bills may not be exciting, but it plays a huge role in your financial health. When bills are paid on time, you avoid late fees, your credit score stays healthy, you reduce your financial stress, and you have a clearer picture of your finances. When bills are missed and you're not managing them properly, late fees can add up quickly, interest charges increase, your credit score can suffer, and your financial stress grows along with it. Good bill management is one of the simplest ways to improve your financial situation. And once you're able to get your bills under wraps and be able to manage your bills a lot more efficiently, you can start to predict your cash flows and where you're going to be at and where you want to be at. So now, instead of just reacting to every emergency that comes up, because let's be honest, life is always lifing, you're now already predicting what may happen and be able to make adjustments on the fly. Now let's move along and talk about creating a master bill list or inventory. The first step to managing your bills more effectively is knowing exactly what you owe. You're going to want to create a listing, or you can call it your bill inventory, whatever you want to call it. But you want to create a list, and in this list, you're just going to write out uh, what the category is, such as mortgage, utilities, cell phones, who the vendor is. So you want to write the vendor's name. So let's say for your mortgage, if it's Wells Fargo, you'll put mortgage, vendor's name, it's going to be Wells Fargo, and then you're going to put the amount that you actually owe. And then we're going to take it a step further, and we're actually going to put what's the due date for the month. So does your mortgage come out on the 1st or the 15th? Then you're going to put the 1st of the month. If your utilities, depending on when they come out, you might put the 1st, the 15th, the 3rd, the 20th. You're going to want to get an idea of what's going on within the month. You're going to want to know what the category is, who the vendor that you're paying, the amount you're paying, and then also you're going to want to record um, uh, the actual due date and the amount due if it's pretty consistently for the most part, or you can take the average. And then you're going to want to also put down in that listing is the payment method. Are you currently having an auto pay? Are you currently manually going in and paying that bill every month? Are you writing a check, which I don't know if too many people are anymore these days? So you're going to want to know all that. And this is going to give us a complete view of your monthly obligation. So remember, this listing is just our inventory listing so we know exactly what's going out. The goal here is to be proactive and not reactive. It's going to help improve our cash flow. It's going to help us to understand our relationship with what's going on within our account. And it's also going to give us a little bit more peace of mind financially because now we'll be able to know when what is coming out and we're not worried about trying to rob Peter to pay Paul because we weren't sure of what came out and what's not coming out. So remember, this is an important step, so make sure that you don't skip creating that master bill list. Now, let's talk about organizing your bills by due dates. Once you have your list of bills or your bill inventory, you're going to want to next organize bills by due dates. I know we talked about this a little bit in the previous segment, but we're going to go into a little bit more details of how to actually do this. So what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to use something that you know you're consistently going to do. Remember, the biggest thing here is consistency. We don't want to set something up or download some kind of fancy app or start using some kind of fancy anything if we know we're not going to use it and stick to it. The biggest thing is to keep it simple. Keep it to something that you can is a repeatable habit. Because what we're doing here is remember we're building better habits than we had before. So you're going to want to use something like if you have a calendar app that you know you can stick to, a budgeting app. If you use spreadsheets, or maybe you're old school where you want to use pen and paper. Knowing when bill dues are help you to avoid surprises and help you to better manage your cash flows. For example, me personally, I like to use spreadsheets. I'm an accountant. You know, we love our spreadsheets. So for me, I set up my budget on a weekly basis. So every week I go in and every week I update my budget and I change out the bills that are due because I set aside and I know when my bills are actually due, what day of the month they're actually coming out. So that way, I every month, every week, it's changing. So I'm updating it. The first couple lines are going to remain the same because I know that that's not going to change. Which is going to be like groceries. It's going to be my gas. These things that are what we call variable costs. Things that are going to fluctuate from week to week depending on what you got going on. So as I was saying, my groceries, my gas, um, all that stuff, and there's a couple other variable bills that I can't think of. They usually stay at the top, and then toward the bottom half is where every week I'm changing those things out depending on the timing of the month, um, and all that good stuff. Uh, it's gonna be it's good where I'm gonna put those bills that are due based on the timing of the budget and the timing of the month. And all I'm doing is plugging and playing. That's it. I'm just going to take it out. I know that this week I got X bill coming out, so I'm going to make sure that that's already in my budget. And it's like I said, this helps you to avoid any kind of surprises. And let's be honest, life is always lifing. So if you, God forbid, you have an emergency one week, you could kind of make those adjustments and you could better plan out your cash flows. And that's the biggest thing is we want to break old habits and start new, so that way we can reduce our financial anxiety and our financial stress. But the only way we're going to do that is making sure that we're staying organized. Now we're going to shift gears and talk about automation. Automatic payments can be a game changer. Some of the benefits, if you're able to automate, is fewer missed payments, improved credit history, and less stress. If automatic payments make you nervous, use reminders instead. So set alerts, maybe 1 week before it's due, then maybe set another alert for 3 days before your bill is due, and then set another alert early in the day on the day that your bill is due. Technology can really help you to stay organized. I like to use automation. I know some people don't. And what I do is I use a text alert or email alert to help me to know, like, hey, this bill is coming due, or hey, we have this set automatic payment. It's getting ready to come out. And that's kind of my reminders that I like to use. But the automated really helps to reduce a lot of things because I don't have to worry about trying to figure out who I need to pay, logging in to make the payment. But everybody's differently. So if you don't like to automate it, it's best to really use either some kind of calendar, some kind of alert on your phone. Use something to help you to know when that bill is due or when it's coming due, if you're not already using automatic payments. Let's talk aligning your bills with payday. Now, this isn't the most sexiest of the financial advice, but it is a necessary evil, and that's aligning your bills with payday. Let's be honest, payday is always something that we all look forward towards. It's the day our bank account gets replenished with uh, all that money and all our hard work over the last either week, 2 weeks, monthly, however you get paid, and it's a good time to look forward towards. But as responsible adults, we must pay our bills. So sometimes it is best to align your bills with your payday so you can really understand your cash flow and improve your income and reduce that financial pressure of not of bills just coming in whenever, going out, and you're not really sure what's going on and what's going where. So many companies will allow you to adjust your due dates. So if you're paid weekly, bi-weekly, or twice a month, try to align your bills with your pay schedule. This can make budgeting much easier and reduce that financial pressure. Even maybe if you can adjust your due date, maybe paying those bills around your payday maybe may make things a little bit easier for you, even if you're paying it a little earlier. The biggest thing is making sure that we're setting up these repeatable habits and really improving our cash flow so we know what's going on and we can see and make adjustments as life comes our way and we're able to save more money. One of the things we got to watch out for is subscription creep. Many people end up paying for services they no longer use. So, when you're managing your bills, you're going to want to review any streaming services, apps, gym memberships, software subscriptions that you're not currently using or provide no value anymore to your lifestyle. And you're going to want to cancel those. Even saving $50 to $100 per month can make a notable difference. This happens quite often where maybe at one point in your life you were really using a certain app or streaming service, or you had plans of getting back in the gym, but it's just not happening for you. Or maybe you've moved on to other things and you forgot about that subscription. These things can really drain your bank account fast. And they can take away from your savings because you're not even realizing that $5 here, $10 here for those different services really adds up quickly and can be redirected toward other things, such as paying down debt, maybe increasing our investments, and even going back into our savings. So we want to make sure you're going straight through those subscriptions to make sure what is still value to you, what's not a value. If it's not a value, let's get rid of it. Let's talk about building an emergency fund. Let's be honest, unexpected expenses happen, and that's life, because life is always lifing. A small emergency fund can help to cover car repairs, medical bills, and home maintenance repairs. To be honest with you, doing these, managing your bills more efficiently can help you to free up your cash flow so that way you can put more into your emergency fund. And don't forget, by building a budget, you can really help see everything that's going on financially. And start small. There's no need in starting with a huge goal. You can start with just $500 and then slowly move it up to $1,000. The most important thing is being consistent and building good habits. So that way you're being more proactive instead of reactive when emergencies happen. So, what's our bottom line? Managing bills efficiently doesn't require complicated systems. Remember, we're building habits, so you want to keep it as simple as possible and as repeatable as possible for yourself. Remember these key steps. Create a bill list. That way you know what bills, who the vendors are, how much is owed. Track your due dates. Look at your bills and see when are they due. Use reminders or automation. The more you automate, the less you have to worry or stress about the bills. If you don't want to automate, start setting up some reminders in your phone so that way you know when those bills are coming due soon. Eliminate unnecessary subscriptions. Remember, we're gonna go through and see what subscriptions don't add value any longer to our life and get rid of them. Those small savings add up big over time. And remember, you're going to want to build an emergency fund, but start small. You don't have to start with an outrageous goal. Start with something small, like maybe $100 to $500, because life is always lifing and emergencies are going to happen. And lastly, remember to review your bills regularly. This is going to help you to improve cash flows, adjust your as your lifestyle adjusts. Small habits create big financial results over time. If you found this video helpful, be sure to like, subscribe, and share it with someone who could benefit. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Talk about budgeting for year-end expenses.